Hello and welcome to LIS, Learn Italian Songs, Learn Italian with Songs. Io sono Pietro and today we are going to translate the song Malafemmena by Antonio De Curtis, aka Totò. A huge thanks to Patricia Beckett, who made me a beautiful New Year present by giving my first and only super thanks so far. Now, really a lot could be said about the figure of Totò. He was an actor, screenwriter, a poet, a composer, as we will see during this video, from Naples. He was born in 1898, he died in the late 1960s, and he starred in more than 100 movies, the vast majority of which were comedy movies, and his comedic strength relied a lot on his mimicry, but I can tell you that there are many phrases and idioms that we currently use in the Italian language, and sometimes without realizing it, that come from his movies. As I told you, Totò was from Naples, and he represents some quintessential aspects of the Neapolitan culture, and the Neapolitan purists will forgive me if my Neapolitan pronunciation is sometimes incorrect. Everybody in Italy is familiar a bit with the Neapolitan accent, so I did try my best to give you a faithful representation of that pronunciation. Also, the lyrics, as you can see, and I have my lyrics here, are written in Neapolitan. And since Neapolitan, although it is considered a language by many, could also be considered like a dialect, there are sometimes some doubts on how words have to be written, like the spelling of the single words. Also, accents and apostrophes are not always 100% defined. I did do some research, I read some books and some PDFs trying to get everything correct, but I'm sure that I've made some mistakes. But if you're here to learn Italian, and also if you're here to learn about the Neapolitan dialect or language, I would say that more than 90% of what I'm saying in this video is correct. And if you have any constructive criticism, please do not hesitate to use the comment section and tell me about it. Now, as I was saying, lots could be said on Totò, but my videos are already long and the translation part is already boring, so I will say no more. Please, if you have any more curiosity, don't hesitate to ask in the comments below. There's something personal that I have to add. I always associate the figure of Totò and his song Malafemmena to Charlie Chaplin and his song Smile. They were both comedians. Most of their films were in black and white, and yet they both wrote songs which have really a melancholic aspect to them, and that's why when I hear one song I think about the other. When I think about one actor like Totò, I automatically think about Charlie Chaplin, and vice versa. Also, these songs have some melodic and harmonic aspects in common, therefore the connection between the two is always formed in my head. But on to the translation. As usual, you will see the translation on this side of the screen, and some important concepts or idioms will be highlighted in the lower portion of the video. And let's start from the title. The title Malafemmena is just one word, but it could be split in two words, mala and femmina. Femmina is the Neapolitan version for femmina, which in Italian means female. Mala is an adjective which we still have in Italian, but it's not used that much. It is used often in compound words. It means bad. It means bad. So Malafemmena could be a bad woman, and specifically it refers to women who do not have exemplary moral conduct. In this case, the song is about an affair, we can infer. The first line is "Si avesse fatto a un altro," which in Italian sounds very similar. Se avessi fatto a un altro. Si is the Neapolitan version for se, which means if. Avesse is the Neapolitan version of avessi. Avessi, which in this case means tu avessi, if you had. Fatto, just like in Italian, fatto, done in this case. A, just like in Italian, a, to. Nato in Italian would be un altro. The N apostrophe is a substitute, or is the Neapolitan version of un. Ato, sometimes also spelled ato with a U in the end, is altro, another. So if you had done to another man, quello che fatta a me. Quello is the Neapolitan version for the Italian quello, and it means that. Che, here shortened in just CH, it should have an E in the end. Che is what, so that what. E, with the strange accent in Italian, it's called accento circonflesso, would be in Italian I. So what you have, I. Fatto is once again done. A me, exactly like standard Italian, to me. So if you had done to another man what you have done to me. Stommo t'avesse acciso. Stommo. The ST with the apostrophe is the short for questo. In Italian, sometimes shortened in sto, further shortened in st apostrophe, because the following word begins with the letter O. Ommo. Ommo with two M's in standard Italian would be uomo, and it means man. Funnily, in my dialect, which is broadly speaking a Venetian dialect, we say omo, which means man, only with one M. T'avesse accisa, t'avesse, T apostrophe stands for T, and it means to you. Avesse in Italian would be avrebbe, and it means would have. Accisa in standard Italian would be ucciso with a U at the beginning, and it means killed. So this man would have killed you. So would have killed you. Following line, e vuoi sapere perché? E, just like in Italian, means and. Vuoi is the Neapolitan version of vuoi, you want, or in this case, do you want. Sape in standard Italian would be sapere, and it means to know. So, and do you want to know? Perché is the Neapolitan version of perché, and it means why. And you want to know why, e vuoi sapere perché. And it proceeds with perché incoppa sta terra. Perché also in this case would be the standard Italian perché, and in this case it means because. In Italian the words for why and because are the same, it's always perché. And so you want to know why he would have killed you, because perché incoppa sta terra. Incoppa. And I think that this C is sometimes pronounced as a G of some sort, ngoppa, something like that. Incoppa is the Neapolitan version for su, which means on. The very famous phrase, a pizza ca pumarola incoppa, means the pizza with a pumarola, the tomato or tomato sauce, incoppa, on it. Because on, sta terra, sta, even in standard Italian can be used, and it's the short form for questa, this, terra is earth. Because on this earth, femmine come te, femmine is once again femmine would be in standard Italian, but we would say women. Come te means com is the standard Italian come. Te means you, so women. Come, which is like. Te means you, so like you. But in Neapolitan, to say women like you, we use this a te. In Neapolitan, they add the letter a te, which means women like to you, so to say. Non c'hanno sta per ommo. Non c'hanno sta, word by word, in standard Italian would be non is non, not. C'è is ci and means there. An in standard Italian would be anno, and it means have. A sta in standard Italian would be a stare, to stay. This sounds complicated, but if we think literally, they don't have to stay. So they don't have to be. Women like you, they don't have to be there, so they shouldn't exist. Penommo. This pe with the apostrophe in standard Italian would be per, for. Nom is a man. In standard Italian would be un uomo. So there shouldn't be women like you for a man. Last line of this first verse, onesto come me. Onesto, just like in Italian, means honest. Com is what in Italian would be come, and it means like. A me, once again, like to me. Okay, so there shouldn't be women like you in this world for an honest man like me. And then it proceeds with the first chorus, femmina tu sei una malafemmena. Femmina, a woman. Tu sei, in standard Italian would be tu sei, you are. Na is what in standard Italian we would say una, a, feminine. Malafemmena, just like the title, a bad woman. Chi sto che fatto chiagnere. Chi. Sometimes the lyrics say che. Che sto che fatto chiagnere. Che, sto che means that. St with the apostrophe is short for questi, these. Wocchie is the Neapolitan version for occhi, means eyes. E, once again, in standard Italian would be tu hai, so you have. Fatto means made, and it's the same for standard Italian. Chiagnere. This is another widely known Neapolitan verb, and it means to cry. In standard Italian would be piangere. You can hear the similarities. Chiagnere, piangere. So you're a bad woman, who or that, these eyes you made cry. Lacrime infamità. Lacrime in standard Italian would be lacrime with the letter I, and it means tears. E is short for de, which in standard Italian would be di, and it means of. Infamità is infamy, so the feeling of having been shamed, of being addressed to as the one who has been betrayed. And then it proceeds, femmina, woman. Si tu peggi una vipera. Si tu in standard Italian would be sei tu, are you, so you are. Peggio, just like in standard Italian, means worse. E is short for de, of. Na is short for una, a. Vipera is a viper, like a poisonous snake. So you are worse than a viper. Mentussegato l'anima. Double N would be in standard Italian mi. E once again I. So I, you have, me, to me. Entussegato in standard Italian would be intossicato, and it means intoxicated. L'anima in standard Italian would be l'anima with the letter I, and it means the soul. So you have intoxicated my soul. You have intoxicated the soul to me. Non posso più campare. Non posso in standard Italian would be non posso. I can't. Q, once again the letter C replaces the letter P, just like in chiagnere, piangere. This, in this case, Q in standard Italian would be più, and it means anymore. Campa is what in standard Italian would be campare, and is a not very common word to say to live, so I cannot live anymore. The standard Italian word would be vivere. It proceeds with the second part of the chorus, which is femmina, si dolce come zucchero. Woman, si dolce. In standard Italian would be sei dolce, you are sweet, dolce. Como in standard Italian would be come, like. Zucchero, standard Italian would be zucchero or zucchero, and it means sugar. So you're sweet like sugar. Però sta faccia d'angelo, and this could be just like standard Italian. Però means but or however. Sta is short for questa, and it means this. Faccia means face. D'angelo means of, the apostrophe, angelo, angel. So this angel face. Te serve per ingannare. Te serve in standard Italian would be ti serve, and it means ti to you. Serve is needed, so is needed to you, or you use it. Penganna, pe short for per, for. Inganna in standard Italian would be ingannare, and it means to deceive. And then it proceeds with the last part of the chorus, femmina, tu sia più bella femmina. Woman, tu si, once again, you are a più bella. A short for la, the. Q in standard Italian would be più, and in this case it means the most. Bella means beautiful, just like in standard Italian, so you are the most beautiful femmina, woman. Te voglio bene e t'odio. Te voglio bene, which in standard Italian would be ti voglio bene. It means literally I want, voglio. Bene is good, and this te at the beginning means to you. So I want good to you, which is the Italian way for saying I love you, not necessarily in a romantic way. That would be ti amo, whereas you can say ti voglio bene to relatives or even friends. It's the I love you that you use for friends and family instead of the ti amo, which you use for your romantic partner. And at the same time, e t'odio, which is just like standard Italian, and I hate you. Odio is I hate. This T apostrophe means T and it means to you. I love you and I hate you. Non ti posso scordare in standard Italian would be non ti posso scordare, and it means I can't, posso, non. T is you, I can't you. Scordare, scordà, forget, so I can't forget you. The last verse goes te voglio ancora bene, which in Italian would be ti voglio ancora bene, and once again I love you, and this ancora means still, I still love you. Ma tu non sai perché. Following line. Ma tu, but you, just like in standard Italian. Non sai in standard Italian would be non sai. You don't know. Perché, once again, perché, why. But you don't know why. Perché l'unico amore sei stato tu per me. Perché, in this case, the following line means because. L'unico amore, which is almost like in standard Italian, only that amore goes with just one letter M. The only love, the unique, meaning only, unico, amore is love, the only love, because the only love, sei stato tu per me, which in standard Italian would be sei stato tu per me. So the only one, sei stato, you have been, tu, you, per, for, me, me. So you have been my only love. E tu per un capriccio. In standard Italian, e tu per un capriccio. Nu in Neapolitan, in standard Italian becomes un. And you, e tu, per, for. Nu capriccio, a whim. So you, on a whim, we say for a whim. Tutto è distrutto, which in standard Italian would be tutto hai distrutto, and this oine is an idiom typical of the Neapolitan language, and it means oi girl, oh girl. So you, everything, tutto hai distrutto, have destroyed, oh girl, oine. Ma Dio non to perdona, which in Italian would be ma Dio non te lo perdona, but God, ma Dio, Dio God, non te lo perdona, does not perdona, forgive, te, to you, lo, it. So God does not forgive it to you. So God won't forgive you for what? Quello che hai fatto a me. Quello in Italian would be quello. E fatto in Italian would be hai fatto. So what? Quello hai fatto, you have done. A me, once again, to me. And then it proceeds with the second part of the chorus. Femmina si dolce come zucchero, woman you're sweet as sugar. So thank you for enduring the translation until the end. Remember that if you have any question, or if you just want to say hi, ciao, you can do so by writing in the comments below. The number of subscribers of the channel is slowly but steadily growing, and yet I almost get no comments, and I like to engage in some Italian culture or language or music related conversations in the comments below. So do not hesitate. Like, of course, if you like this video, but above all, write something to me and I will answer to each and every comment. If you get value out of this video, why not give me a super thank? It's like offering me a coffee, and you can do so also by using the coffee.com service, or even donate by PayPal. The best way to help me would be to share some videos that you find interesting on your social media. Tell it to your friends, anybody who is interested in the Italian language and or culture and music. Thanks a lot for watching this episode of LIS Learn Italian Songs, Learn Italian with Songs, and I'll see you on the next. Ciao!